Hey guys, Marvin here with Driven by Graphics. I often get asked how I end up storing passwords, for example, or what password manager that I use. And I just wanted to demonstrate real quick and show KeePass. So this is actually what I use with in terms of my password manager. So with KeePass, I opened up. Um, this is obviously not my own files. There's nothing loaded here. You basically kind of create a new KeePass file, a new database. When you create that database, you go in and basically create a new one. That is my default one. Um, you go in, basically name it whatever you'd like to name it, and so we'll put in new KeePass file, whatever you want to call it. And when you do that, it's going to ask you for a master password. And so this is what you'll use to open the KeePass file. And once you open it, you have access to all of your passwords after that. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for right now. And that gives you a little quality. One thing you can do is show your password there to confirm that you entered what you think it is. And is weak. Do you want to use this? Yes. You can give it a little description name. My passwords. What sort of security? Now by default it goes ahead and sets different security functions on here. Compression, I don't change any of this typically. Do you want it to have a recycle bin? Yes, that way if you delete an entry it will go there first before it's fully deleted. Again, typically I don't change any of the other settings within here. Usually I don't even set a name there. But select OK. This emergency sheet allows you to print out, if you have a password, the one we just set, print that out, put it in a safe or something like that. I'm not going to do that. And so this is the generic file that opens up and kind of what can be utilized, just a little template, for example. So within these categories, you can add a new group, or on this side, basically I'm just right clicking. So you can add a new group, for example. Let's say you have a website, so you want your business website. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be passwords, for example. It could just be important information, right? So we've got those. You can bring them out. I believe you can. Yeah, out so they're not nested, for example. Or you can have them nested also. Maybe you just have family information. So, for example, social security numbers or insurance, maybe information. Life insurance policy type stuff, whatever you want, right? So, but secure type information you can store in there as well. So within any of these, again, you can kind of rename them or create your own, like I've done there. With the internet, so whenever you select a particular category, maybe you right click on, you can do add entry. I typically don't use any of the options up here, but that gives you also add entry, for example, and just different options, obviously, just within the typical menus there. But add entry, let's say you're going to have a Amazon account, and so whatever your username is, Marvin appeared in, at drivenbygraphics.com, and then it goes ahead and assigns a password here, and you can reveal that by clicking these three dots. And so this is a password that KeePass automatically generated. You can use that, for example, if you're setting up a new account, for example, on Amazon, and then you can just paste this into like the website as you register for a new account. You can type in your own password here, and then it'll store that. Or you can go here to generate a password and open the password generator. This is pretty neat. Within this password generator, how long do you want to set your password? Let's say you want a 16-character password. You want it to have upper, lower, digits, and special characters, so it's a really complex password. You can preview some passwords here, and so this will be a kind of pre-generated list. And so we can basically take one of these, we'll copy, click OK, and you can paste that in, or this is, if there's one in that list that you preferred or something, you can use that, or it just automatically randomly generates one that fits those characteristics and puts it here in the password. And then you can, like I said, type in other notes, here, or just the URL, for example, right? HTTPS Amazon.com, and then that brings it here. Again, your password is start out there, and basically create all of your online accounts, maybe your different banking accounts, whatever the information is there, and ultimately just have access to that later. Once you have this populated and you want to use it, there's a couple different ways you can use or pull back up that info. One is a simple double click, and you can open back up that window. Allows you to fully edit. If you want to reveal your password again, so you can go here and then copy, paste it into the website that you're trying to use. Also, one of the neat features that I like and do often is you can just click on that on the particular one that you want, and you can just do I'm not sure if it'll give me the option by right clicking, and it doesn't look like it does, but essentially if you just select it and then use the shortcut key Control-C, I think they have a Mac version of this. In that case, I'm assuming it would be Command-C to copy. It will temporarily, and it shows down here, data copied to clipboard. Clipboard will be cleared in 12 seconds. What it does, it automatically copies the password that's here, so you don't have to go through and open and reveal and copy. So you can just quickly select on whatever the website or whatever the settings are that you're looking for, that particular account, select that account, and then Control-C, and then it will copy that password. And I'll show that real quick. Just Notepad, for example. I opened up on my other monitor. So I did the copy on this a moment ago, and then I'm just going to do a paste. Oh, so 12 seconds had passed, and so it stopped. So when I copy, there's my 12-second counter, paste. And so that's a quick way that you can if you already have, for example, if it's already partially logged in or remembered, say, your email address, and all you've got to do is paste in your password to the website to relog back in. But again, this is a really neat tool to be able to use. Again, it's what I use for password management. It shows different things here. So network, for example, maybe you put your router information, your Wi-Fi, that sort of thing in there. Windows, maybe you have multiple computers or multiple accounts, or maybe even you help manage other family members, elderly family, for example, and so maybe you have an account on their computer, or you assist in just record keeping wise of their user accounts and that sort of thing. So if they get locked out, that you have record of here that you can always go into. And essentially this is all stored in one file. And then so you do definitely want to make sure that you have a backup of this file somewhere else, because as this populates, it kind of becomes a lifeline, if you will, if you use it a lot. So definitely make sure you got a backup of it. But again, very powerful tool for password management and storage of just any critical information. So hopefully that helps in terms of how you use KeePass and what a password manager is all about. If you got any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. And you guys take care, and I'll see you again soon.